Hey everyone, welcome again to another live. The Summer I Turned Pretty, episode
Episode
10.
10.
10, yeah.
Season 3, episode 10.
And we were afraid this was kind of happen. I mean, I guess it's I guess it's going good, but in terms of it's slowing down.
Yeah.
It's slowing down.
This episode was better than last episode though, for sure.
Yeah, but I really I guess the wedding was the big build up
Yeah.
for the entire series basically.
Yeah.
The entire series, right? Ever since season 1 to season 3, everything's been about
Who she's going to end up.
right and marry. Yeah. So, excuse me. But anyway, so a lot to unpack this episode. First off, I guess we can talk about Steven and Taylor still look to be doing good.
Yeah, they're going to move in together.
Right. They're moving in together after she graduates, which is good. And they seem happy.
Yeah.
Of course, the part where he comes in the room and she's FaceTiming him.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
Gosh, if that was me though, I would not.
No, that's not going to be you.
I meant if I was Belly.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's not going to be your brother either. Anyway, so that's going well. I guess we talk about Belly then, huh?
Yeah. Well, Jeremiah first. I don't really know. He's like still kind of in denial. And him like, I guess his coping way is like cooking or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And then him like getting with all of Taylor's friends and then all of Steven's coworkers.
Right.
That was weird, but whatever.
Yeah, when you break up with someone, you kind of just get lost, and it's just you kind of just existing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I guess he's moving. And Taylor and Steven eventually kick him out.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of it's a change when someone comes to live with you and they're kind of moping around. It's a change than what you're used to living and how you're used to living.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he then moves in with Denise, which as soon as that happened, we thought, here it comes, that
they're gonna end up together.
Yeah, I have a feeling that they will, because at the end she invited, they had that little heart-to-heart talk.
Yeah.
And she invited him to go to the grand's house, right? As he said it, grandma's house. And so, and she even said, my grandma will love you because you can cook, you're pretty, whatever.
Yeah.
So that will probably.
I don't know. I don't think they'll end up together, but like, I don't know. They're already living together and they've been living together for about a month. So.
Yeah. They've been there for a month.
I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that.
Yeah. But then we get to, I guess, the real story, which is going to be Belly and her new kind of fling with Benito. Yeah. I actually had to look him up because I didn't know. But I guess Benito was when she went to the club looking for a backpack.
Yeah, he was in that group.
Yeah. And so, because I was wondering, who the heck is this guy? He just popped out of nowhere. As soon as she's out there dancing in that restaurant by herself.
I thought Conrad was going to come.
Yeah, well, he's on his way to Paris, as we find out. And I even said, and I agree with the girl, Conrad's roommate in California.
Yeah.
And she says, I've been saying this the whole time. I said, you're never going to know. Didn't you say it could be a big mistake if you go?
Yeah.
Or she said it could be a big mistake if you don't go. And then she said it could be a big mistake if you go.
She was like, you're going to regret it if you don't go, but you may also regret it if you do go.
Right. But yeah, I agree. You're
going to regret it either way, so you might as well just go.
Yeah, you might as well find out. And so she knew exactly what he was doing, right? Because he took that thing in Brussels, which she said was an hour and a half away from Paris. Yeah, so that's no coincidence. And then, of course, he ended up. And while that was happening, I said, watch, he's going to go fly to Paris, and I thought that's where they're going to end the episode. But to the writer's credit, she actually went beyond that, and she said, and she actually showed them Conrad changing his ticket to Paris,
Yeah.
paying that extra fee, and then getting on the flight and him on the plane. So I guess episode 11 is going to be the final one.
I don't even know. Like, I don't even have any predictions. 'cause
Well,
Belly's gonna have to pick between Conrad and Benito,
y-
and
may-
also Taylor's there.
I hope so. Well, yeah, Taylor is there for now, right? But I hope so, because what could happen is Conrad could be in Paris, shows up, and then he sees Belly and Benito together.
Yeah.
And so at that point, does he does he go in there, or does he just walk away like he always does?
I don't know. I hope he goes in there. Just to,
Yeah.
like,
Well, I mean, listen, you go all that way, you might as well just, if you're gonna do that, you might as well go all the way, right?
Yeah.
Just let's not go there just to turn around and go home, in my opinion.
yeah.
But I think that's what's gonna happen. I think he's gonna see her in Paris, like from far away, like a distance, and she's gonna be this is what always happens, right? So he'll be walking, she's gonna see him, or he's gonna see her standing there, maybe at like some kind of cart or some kind of food thing or something, like a restaurant. And then all of a sudden, Benito will come walking in. He'll get that eyes like, oh my God, she's there. How beautiful she is. And then Benito will come walking in and they'll hug or kiss or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, and
Or it will be the opposite. I don't know. Or she'll just show up to the apartment because Conrad has the address of the new apartment.
right, because
Belly-
Belly said in her letter, this is my new address. And she lives there alone.
Which I don't know why she did that. She's giving that man hope. I was like, how are you going to be with Benito and laying with him and then giving Conrad hope?
Well, I don't think she's really over Conrad because
No, she's not.
And this is what I always said, Conrad has always had, ever since they were young, and it's hard to compete with someone that's been there for a long time.
Yeah, basically
Years.
their whole life.
Right. It's like you will never kind of get over. I mean, you'll always have that history.
Yeah.
So she's just probably doing it. Taylor, of course, is kind of encouraging it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Jer, I guess, is going into the culinary field. Oh, and then Steven quit his job.
Oh yeah. That was interesting. I did not think that was gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know what his future plans are. Is he going to try and do it on his own?
I think so. I think that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Because during the thing, he was like, no hard feelings to Adam. But I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Well, he wants to make, you definitely don't want to burn bridges.
Yeah.
And we were just talking with someone, we're not going to say any names, but cheer related, right? And I was talking to him. Well, I guess they're going to know who that is now, but I was talking to him. I was telling him, even though you feel this way now, don't burn any bridges, because you never know
what's going to
happen in the future. How many times have we seen, not in this show, but how many times have we seen, you guys get all upset or something happens between people.
Yeah.
And then they go back to each other or they go back together or whatever. So, but anyway, yeah, I was telling him, don't burn any bridges.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. But this one was, again, unfortunately I said, I don't know when the wedding was. Was that episode 8?
I think so.
Yeah. So, she had 3 episodes, 9, 10, 11 to kind of go after the life of the non-existent wedding. And I guess we need predictions on what's going to happen in the final episode.
Yeah.
Like I said, it'll probably, you know, and they're moving kind of fast because
I know.
it
was
started at
like-
Thanksgiving.
No, it started at the end of summer, right?
I don't know. I think in the very beginning she was saying,
no,
yeah. You know,
It's
happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
And then it went to Christmas and New Year's.
just like that.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, you know, I don't know how it's going to, I don't know when the apartment came up, when she moved into the apartment. I don't know
I
what
think
the time frame is.
I think that's way later because it wasn't snowing or anything.
Yeah. So what she may do in the very beginning is say 6 months, you know, 6 months into the future.
That's what I thought she was gonna do.
1
like
year
6
into the
months
future.
or a year, like 10 years later.
Well, they can't really do that in the beginning because Conrad's on his way to Paris.
Yeah.
So they have to address what happens there. But going down the row, and you know what's funny too is the dad. What's the dad's name? The boss?
Adam.
Adam didn't show up with Kaylee, right? That was her name? Kaylee?
No.
No.
Yeah,
That's her name though. Yeah. Adam didn't show up with Kaylee. And he said, you know, she's there and I'm here. So to me, that means that there's, you know, something going on.
Yeah.
And so I still don't know. I guess he would never hook up with Laurel.
No, because her and John are like together more.
Well, I know, but they were at the same house looking for the
medicine.
The heartburn medicine. Yeah. So they'll probably just be that.
Yeah. Adam will probably be
playing the field, maybe.
I don't know.
Well, let's just go from easiest to hardest. I think that's going to be the easiest. I think Steven and Taylor, episode 11, the final. Well,
I think they're gonna show Steven like proposing or something.
That'd be nice.
That would be epic.
Them too. They've kind of known each other for a long time, even though they haven't been in a relationship.
They've known each other.
Right. They've known each other for a long time. Yeah. And again, it's one of those things, just like Conrad and Jer and the whole love triangle. They all know each other and they're all connected because that's Belly's
Little
best
group.
friend.
Yeah.
So she'll always be around.
Yeah. True. And don't they live close to each other too? The moms, anyways.
I'm not sure.
I think they do.
That's another good point. Is we never found out.
And we never found out who Lucinda's mystery man is.
Yeah. I don't know if we ever will. I don't think that's going to be that.
I don't think it is anything though, because when Taylor spent the Christmas with her mom, she didn't mention a guy at all. It was just her and her mom.
Yeah, they were watching TV and fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah. So I don't think there is a mystery man.
Yeah.
For Lucinda.
So then I guess we get I think Jer and
Denise
will start sparking up something.
I think so.
I don't know. I'm happy to say, because when Denise first started talking about Steven, I've said from the beginning, I said, I hope she's not using him.
Yeah, I know. I thought she was going to say that.
Yeah, but at least she kind of clarified and said, because at first she just said, there's nothing with him. I felt nothing for him, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. But then she goes on to clarify and says, well, I wanted to see if there was something.
But there wasn't.
Yeah. Right? So that's better than, there was nothing from the very beginning. And I was just kind of playing with him or using him to get what I want.
Yeah.
So they're already living together too. So it's very easy
for them to just start talking.
And to form some kind of relationship.
Yeah.
Because they go out, they come back, they talk to each other about work or what happened during their day. And as time goes on, you start doing that more. You just start developing a connection.
Yeah.
And she already says he's pretty. Of course, I think she was just saying that. So to her, he's obviously good looking.
Yeah.
So
that's such a switch up though, from like Steven to Jeremiah though.
Well, that's also a switch up from Belly to her Denise.
True.
Yeah, they are complete opposites. But But she also did say when Denise falls for someone, she falls really hard.
Yeah.
And so as they develop a relationship, the more and more she falls for him, the more and more it's going to get more intense.
Yeah.
So I guess it comes down to, right? We know what's going to happen. Well, we don't know, but we think what's going to happen with Lucinda and Jer. Not I mean the
What?
what's the Laurel?
Laurel.
We know what's going to happen with Laurel and the dad and
Lucinda.
Adam. Yeah.
And Adam. And
So the parents are all done. Steven and Taylor, I think, are kind of easy. Hopefully, nothing
my
happens.
prediction is I hope they get engaged, they move in, and then like it time jumps to like a year later and it's their wedding.
I could see that happening. I could see that. Yeah. Maybe towards the last 15 minutes of the episode, they'll jump a year or so, or 5 years or whatever. And maybe they'll even have a kid by then or something.
Who knows?
Yeah. So that was then Jer and Denise. So I guess the only two left are Conrad,
Belly, and Benito.
Yeah. Wow. I don't really count Benito yet. I
don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Well, because I think they're going to show, I don't know if they're going to show Belly in Mexico, actually.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Or what could happen is Conrad could go there. And again, I don't know what the timing is. Conrad could go there, go to her apartment.
And she's not even there.
And the neighbor says, oh, she went to Mexico with Benito.
And he's like, who's Benito?
Yeah, well, what do you think, right? When someone tells you that she went to Mexico with someone else, some guy. So that could happen too. That could be a potential outcome.
I don't know.
But let's just say he does catch Belly alone. Conrad goes there. Miraculously catches Belly alone. Because now, don't forget, she has her own apartment. So it's going to be easier for Benito to stay over.
True.
So let's just say Belly does catch, or Conrad catches Belly alone. If that pans out, what do you think happens?
And Benito's not there.
Benito's not there, yeah.
I think they're going to reconcile. I think he's going to find all the letters.
Which were unopened. No,
they're all open.
Well, at the very end, when she was doing something, and in her bag or something on the counter, there was the envelopes, and it didn't look opened.
Oh.
I don't know, but she did. She obviously said that she was reading them, and she said thanks for.
Well, the point is she kept all of them.
Yeah.
But I think they're gonna reconcile, and then I think they're gonna go out or something, and I don't really know. They're either gonna end up together or they're just gonna stay friends. But I think it's literally almost impossible for them just to stay friends, unless if her and Benito are like engaged somehow.
Even if she's engaged, I don't know.
Well, like it didn't stop her from like with Jeremiah, and they were engaged and about to get married.
And she's known Jeremiah for forever.
Yeah. And she's known Benito for what? A year?
Well, yeah. Even. Again, I don't know. It depends on how far from the time they were met at the club until Christmas.
So half a year.
Right. Because I think she went there to summer because she was trying to get to school.
Yeah.
So that must have happened in the summer. And then from there, but were they seeing each other a lot? It didn't seem like it.
No, it didn't seem like it.
They didn't show them together at all. So all of a sudden, magically, he just shows up
on
Christmas Eve. Yeah,
that was kind of weird, but whatever.
But she's trying new things because after she won the game, I think they were playing darts, whatever. After she won the game, she was like, "Yeah, teach me how to drive a moped." So I think she's definitely
branching out,
coming into her own and getting more independent.
Yeah.
And I can see that's why Laurel
is happy.
Is excited
for her to stay.
Yeah. Yeah, because you just want your kids to be happy, and so not too happy, but happy, and you just want to see them succeed and be happy, and that's so I'm sure she's happy about that.
Yeah.
But I how
Oh.
what they should have done if they were going to do it this way, I think, is they should have made the wedding scene sooner. They should have done it maybe episode 3 or 4,
Mm,
because right now there's no time to get invested into these new relationships.
true. Unless if they time jump.
Well, even then,
We won't
we
see the
we
6
can't.
months it jumps.
Yeah, well, we can't really get to really love a character in 2 or 3 episodes, in my opinion.
Yeah, true.
If she had done it in the first couple episodes, and then we had 8 or 9 episodes to kind of meet these new people and see how they live and develop more, uh, not attraction, but more relationship. You kind of know how they are. You kind of know what they like, what they don't like. You kind of get to learn and to love the character more. Then the more you're invested in it.
Yeah.
It's just hard to develop that in 2 episodes.
Yeah, true. True, true, true.
But yeah, I mean, again, it's you know, and it just goes by our stream too. It's just at the wedding, it was so easy to talk, right? Because there was so much going on, and now it's
Yeah.
just kind of
But this episode was definitely better than the last one.
yeah, I
There's a
agree.
little more going on. And this episode was longer too.
Yeah, it was. Well, like I said last week, I said that episode, the last episode, was just to kind of lay the framework
Yeah.
for everything that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. That episode was to lay the framework, and now things are starting to happen again. But we only have 1 episode left, so we don't have time to get so involved and deep dive into the story
True.
in 1 episode. If we had another season or 8 or 9 episodes to kind of follow what happens now, then we would get involved, and you kind of say, okay, the wedding didn't happen, but now this is the new thing that is happening.
Yeah.
So
I still kind of wish someone else took the wedding.
yeah, and you could even tell by the time of our streams. Our first stream, I think, was like 40, almost an hour.
I know. Now we're like
No,
running things to talk about at
yeah, it's like
23 minutes.
It's 23 minutes in, and we're just kind of
It's just like not the same as like the first one we did, because the first one we did, I think, was right during the wedding.
Well, I think it was this right before we got to come up with another. Leave a comment and let us know what show you guys are into or following for this summer or spring.
Yeah.
Or fall. Yeah.
Fall.
And so, yeah, I mean, let us know what your predictions are, I guess.
Yeah, predictions for the last episode. I don't really know. There's not really much you can predict on besides what's going to happen with Belly, Conrad, and Benito, and then Jer and Denise. Well, I guess you can leave predictions on everyone, but like, I mean, Laurel and John, I think they're going to stay pretty much the same.
I think, they're just existing.
Adam is just kind of there. I think him and Kaylee are fighting, but who knows? Jeremiah and Denise, they're either going to just stay friends who live together, or they're going to trauma bond over their heartbreak and end up together. Steven and Taylor, I think they're going to get engaged, possibly even married. Who knows? And then, yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen with Belly and Conrad.
Well, and it looks like she signed, well, she obviously signed a lease because she moved in to the new apartment. So we know it's a year.
Yeah.
It's a yearly. So what they could do at the next episode is they could go from a year. They'll show what happens with Conrad, and then they'll jump to a year later, and that is when we don't know if she'll still be in Paris.
Or
But
she'll be back
but it's
home.
right. But it seems like she's picking up the language pretty good too,
Yeah.
and so she can communicate better. So the more she can communicate easier, it's
It'll probably be easier for her to stay.
right. Right.
So
If she stays with Benito,
Benito.
I think she'll obviously probably end up staying.
Yeah.
But
If her and Benito break things off, she'll probably end up coming back home.
And going to Conrad.
But I feel like that's, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of weird because, like, you know, Conrad comes to see you, but then you end up with Benito, and then you and Benito don't work out, and then you just end up going back home to Conrad. But it's like you should just, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, thank goodness Conrad and that one girl did not end up together. I for sure thought at the beginning of the season they were going to end up together.
Oh, you mean the roommate?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well.
Hopefully next stream is a little more interesting.
Yeah, hopefully we get, we'll get all the answers, I guess, and to what we think is going to happen. But again, I just think it's
kind of going.
I'd really like to see if there's as much interest now as there is when that wedding episode came. I think, I don't know if the viewership has gone down or I don't know.
I think it low-key has, because I haven't been seeing a bunch of videos on TikTok anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the question, right? I think that was the question. The question was, are they going to get married or not?
Yeah.
And once that was answered, it's
kind of just
Yeah.
But now the question, I guess, is going to be,
will Belly stay?
Will Belly stay, or will she go back with Conrad?
Right. Or I guess
will Conrad move
to Paris?
Yeah. Because, I mean, she has an apartment.
True.
He can work in Brussels or whatever.
Which is an hour and a half away by train.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. That could be a good thing too. So anyway, yeah. Well, just let us know what your thoughts are and what you guys think is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I guess that's it.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like we were just rambling for like 30 minutes.
Yeah. But again, I just wish that whatever. It's just neither here nor there at this point. But I wish she'd either ended at the wedding or done that in the beginning and let a new storyline develop.
Yeah.
That people could get into. But yeah, obviously, if you're not seeing as much on TikTok, it's probably a kind of unfortunately a dying thing.
Yeah. Same thing with like Love Island though, because like everyone was talking about all the episodes and stuff, and then once it started getting to like the final episode, everyone was just kind of like bored off of it.
Yeah. It's tough to keep interest for a whole series.
Yeah.
But
I still stand that she should have just released all of the season at one time.
Yeah, and you know what? Timing is tough too. She has to know that the majority of her audience is going to be younger. Yeah. I would think. And so once school started back in a couple weeks ago, it's a lot harder to watch.
Yeah.
It's not as easily accessible for younger kids. High school, college, whatever. It's not as easy for them to watch. They've gone back to their sports. They've gone back to school life, classes, homework, jobs, or whatever. So maybe she should have done that, but who knows?
What do we know?
Yeah, we're just
here.
We're just YouTubers, right?
We're just Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah, but anyway, Okay, well, let us know, and also let us know what other shows we're actually thinking about doing lives more because lives are easy. There's no editing,
Yeah.
so it's to be honest, so
It's
it's really
easier.
nice. Yeah, it is easier, but anyway, and of- beyond the fact that there's no editing, we also love to see the interaction and get the. That was our best live, I think, when Danielle was it Daniela
Yeah, Daniela.
was like commenting and letting us her know like real time what was going on so we can kind of interact with her. That was that was probably our best live.
I know that
That was
that
our
one
most
was
fun
fun.
live. That was our most fun live.
Yeah.
But we like to see if you guys can join our community. We love to have you guys and share your thoughts and opinions, and we love to interact with everyone. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and hopefully
Hopefully
episode
next
11,
week's a little better.
yeah, the last episode of not only the season 3 but the last episode of everything, right? Because I don't think there's a season 4.
I don't think so. I think this is the final
Yeah, I
season.
think this is the final of everything. So let's go out with a bang, and hopefully
Steven and Taylor get married.
yeah, that'll be fun. All right, well, thanks again for everything. Talk to you guys soon.